in the building. DJ Gambini, the Renaissance Man, and this is Sports Talk 101, presented to you by Country Vision Studios. We off in the building today, and we done made it to week 10 of the NFL. And I'd like to say, thank God for sports. I mean, with everything that's going on with the election and all this right here, it's good to have something to kind of, get your mind off that because, it's kind of nerve-wracking. But we're not here to talk about that. Let's get straight to the sports. Last week, we went 13-2. Good week. Only got 2 games wrong, so we ain't got to touch on that much. New England lost to Tennessee. I thought they was a better team. Tennessee, they struggling real bad. It was a toss-up. Both of them kind of at the bottom of the barrel. All right. Washington at New York Giants. The Giants made a valiant comeback, but, when you can't put it all together, it's hard to fall behind. All right. Our current record, 96-39. That's pretty good. Pretty good through 10 weeks. That's a total of 37 games, 135 games or something like that. I'm just trying to do the math fresh off my head. Y'all know I'm not that smart of a guy like that. So anyway, the Falcons, we did good. We beat the brakes off the Cowboys for once. And like I said last week, I don't underestimate the Cowboys when they come to us because I feel like Dak so used to beating up on us when they do get the chance that he just quit on his team when he realized they was going to lose. CD Lamb looked like he might have a shoulder injury after taking a hard hit or a hard fall or whatever, but I don't know what's going on down there in Dallas. And as far as Atlanta, we looked pretty good. We looked about like the second best team in the NFC. Yeah, we about number 2 in the NFC. Yeah, about number 2. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get directly to these picks because I'll be heading to my black job in a little while. All right. We got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati look like they might be right in the ship, man. I think they done reeled off like 2 wins in a row. Baltimore, they was able to get back on the right track last week after a loss the week before. But in this kind of situation here, I'm going to take the home team to be safe. So we're going to ride with Baltimore. All right. Atlanta at New Orleans. Now, of course, against a division rival, I'm going to take the home team no matter what. But things are bad over there in New Orleans, man. They good pass rush. I can't call his name right now. He was so disgusted with what their performance was last week, he left the locker room. I'm not a fan of the New Orleans Saints, but I will take their good players. And we do need help on the defensive line. So if you're looking for a home, send him to Atlanta. But let's go with the Atlanta Falcons over the New Orleans Saints. Next up, New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers. I told y'all last week that the Carolina Panthers was not going to win just one game. I told y'all that last week. They was not going to win just one game. And they got that other win last week. But this week, I think the New York Giants going to come into town and handle business with them. Even though I still feel like it's more to the Giants than meets the eye. Okay, San Francisco at Tampa Bay. I'm a ride with Baker Mayfield at home, man. Because, he lost last week to Patrick Mahomes. But Baker is playing good. And to say that he don't have his 2 weapons and you able to play Patrick Mahomes, fully healthy team with DeAndre Hopkins into overtime, yeah, y'all got something down there. I'm glad we ain't got to play you no more, especially by the time y'all get healthy. So I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna ride with Tampa Bay against San Francisco. Well, that's not against the grain because y'all know how I feel about Kyle Shanahan. I'm kind of glad they struggling a little bit this year. But as far as my fantasy team go, I need George Kittles to do his thing because Debo, I keep him on the bench because he always injured. Moving on. Denver at Kansas City. Kansas City. Even though Denver got a good defense, and looking now, I see why everybody dropped the Denver defense that's gonna play. But Kansas City really ain't been scoring a lot of points. They've been having to have questionable calls at the end of games, and everybody been playing them close. They undefeated, but like I said last week, it's a suspect undefeated. Most teams that you see start the season off, like the Patriots, when that year they went undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl and lost to the Giants. The Patriots was blowing people out. They was a dominant team. They got all the way to the Super Bowl, but the Giants had their number. Matter of fact, I think they was playing to get 3 in a row that year too. I might be mistaken. If you make it this far in the show and you got the answer, leave it in the comments. But I'm gonna take Kansas City over Denver, and I'm gonna change my fantasy defense. Okay, moving on. Buffalo at Indianapolis. Okay, Buffalo. I'm gonna take Buffalo. They got quarterback controversies over there in Indianapolis. They don't know what's going on right now, and I don't know. Maybe I do think it's too early to be pulling the trigger on a second-year quarterback. He gonna struggle, and he was already a work in progress when he got there. You know, he got all the tools, but he got to be coached up. The NFL really not giving these quarterbacks time to develop, man. If you can't play when you first get into this league, they're giving you like 2 seasons or a season and a half, and they putting you back on the bench and they trading you. You know, so I don't know. But I'm still going to take Buffalo. Okay, next up, Pitt at Washington. Finally a good game that's hard to call. Washington went against them twice in the last 2 weeks, even though I think they're a good team. But I just thought the teams that they was going to play against was going to beat them. They won by a Hail Mary the week before. This week, they cut the Giants on a comeback. They cut the Giants on a comeback. So this week, they playing Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson been playing lights out since he got into the lineup. Pittsburgh looked like a whole new team. Remember at the beginning of the season, I was saying they was only scoring like 20 points. I think they done kind of got that up to like 25, 26. That's good enough with that great defense that they got. So I'm going to take Pitt on the road. Pitt on the road. All right. Minnesota at Jacksonville. Minnesota should get this win because I don't know what's going on in Jacksonville, man. They was a good team last year. I don't know, man. It just Doug Peterson does have this tendency, though. He did that with the Eagles. He came in to coach the Eagles. They ended up going all the way to the Super Bowl. Then they did a about face and went all the way back to the cellar. He ended up getting fired there. Then he going to Jacksonville. Gets to Jacksonville, they started to come out looking like, you know, hey, they got something cooking down here. And now they are bottom dwellers once again. So I'm going to take Minnesota over Jacksonville. New England and Chicago. I'm going to take Chicago, but I think that team is kind of disgruntled right now. DJ Moore, receiver, and we know how they get when the quarterback don't give them the ball or whatever. He looked like he kind of frustrated with the rookie a little bit, and the rookie seems like he a little bit arrogant. Hey, he got the talent, but I mean, as a quarterback, you should be a leader and not be arrogant. You know, the only person I know that they say like that is Aaron Rodgers, and it looked like he kind of done backed off that a little bit since he got to the Jets. But we're gonna take Chicago. All right, Tennessee at the LA Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers. Tennessee still ain't proved nothing to me beating New England. I'm going to take the Chargers. I think the Chargers going to be somewhere in the playoff hunt by the end of the year. They're going to be in the hunt. All right, Philadelphia at Dallas. Cooper Rush starting this week, man. I'm going to take Philly because they've been on kind of a roll. But we seen what happened with them last year. They started out 8-1, then they lost all the way down to not even making the playoffs. So I'm still going to take them against Dallas because the struggle in Dallas is real. I thought it was kind of like a mirage or something like this right here. Mike McCarthy, count your days. I'm telling you, you fired at it. Well, not fired because your contract technically going to run out. So you ain't going to get fired. Your contract going to run out, and Jerry Jones not going to re-sign you. You know, ain't no way he can resign you. You fired the offensive coordinator. You wanted to call the plays. You calling the plays, and I mean, even the Cowboy fans will say, y'all suck. Y'all suck. All right. New York Jets at Arizona. Believe it or not, folks, this is going to be a good one. The Jets was able to pull out a win last week. Aaron Rodgers finally looked like himself in the second half of that game. The first half, he was looking kind of like, Fitzmagic. That's the guy on Prime, the quarterback, Fitzpatrick. When he good, he good. When he was good, he was good. When he was bad, he was bad. So Arizona, I think they don't won 2 or 3 in a row. I'm thinking it's 2 and 3 in a row. They don't won 3 in a row. Are they turning the corner? The division is wide open right now. So I'm gonna take the Jets. As much as I like Kyler Murray, but I got a renewed faith in Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams, he stepped up. He got can't think of the other receiver. How can I not think of this guy? He done made the catch of the year. Hold on, folks. I got to look this up because I can't get his name wrong because much as I done called his name this season, because I'm thinking he made the catch. Yeah, I don't care what you say. That catch gonna rival the catch that Garrett Wilson. He made a catch that's gonna rival that catch in New York. It's gonna rival that catch, man. That was a great catch in the back of the end zone. One hand diving, falling, 1 foot, one shin. Excellent catch. And I believe that he actually has 2 number 1 receivers. A quarterback like Aaron Rodgers ain't had 2 number 1s in years. Now, one of them gonna have to play the number 2, and that's fine. It don't matter who played the 1 or the 2. But I think that the Jets can turn the corner if they can keep it clicking like they did in the second half last week. So we're gonna roll with the Jets. All right. Okay, the Detroit Lions at the Houston Texans. Texans struggling a little bit right now. That sophomore jinx. Down here, we always say when you see a rookie quarterback have a good first year, you got to be cautious with that because they don't have no film on them. I'm talking about NFL film. Of course, they got college film on you, but these are 2 different games that you're playing. You know what I'm saying? It's football, but 2 different games of football. So now Stroud is struggling a little bit, even though his receivers been kind of, injured, and Joe Mixon, he back. He playing good ball. He would have been leading the NFL at rushing if he didn't have to sit out like 3 weeks with that ankle or whatever. But I'm going to have to go with the hot hand, even though I think Houston could pull it out now. But right now, Detroit just doing too much, man. They looking too dominant. So I'm going to have to go with the Detroit Lions. Okay, the last game on our list, Miami at the LA Rams. Okay, I don't know, man. It's kind of a toss-up, man. This is going to be, 2 or 3rd game back. That offense could get the rolling at any given time. Tyreek Hill is still Tyreek Hill. The Rams, Puka Nacua, he on the questionable list. Cooper Kupp, he back. They got Williams at the running back. And Matt Stafford at quarterback, always a good quarterback. He's been good his whole career. The question was put, do you think he's a Hall of Famer? I'm going to have to say no. He's a good quarterback, but do I think he's a Hall of Famer? As of now, it's a lot of players that probably could go in ahead of him. Kind of like what Richard Sherman said. I don't even know if he ever been all pro. So I don't know. He might get in, he might not. That's a question for a later date. But I'm going to pick him this week because he at home. Veteran quarterback at home. I'm going to take the Rams. All right, folks. This done been the quickest show ever this season. And it's really because there's only 2 games I got wrong. That helps speed things along. It really helps speed things along. Sean Starr was supposed to get with me. Like I said, it's hard to find him. I appreciate him coming on, last show that we had, the Let's Be Reasonable special edition. You can check that out. That's going to be the video after this one. You can check that out. We talked a little politics. A little people, like I said, real butt hurt over this right now. And I'm supposed to have a guest come in the studio Friday around about 6 or 7. We're going to have a discussion about that. As far as it go with football, 96 and 39, man. I'm finally able to get on Prize Picks. So next week, I might have a Prize Pick lineup. I mean, it's kind of hard to hit on that. It's hit or miss. But I gave out some good Prize Picks because I knew tight end for Atlanta. talking too much and forgetting names. But anyway, our tight end, I can't believe I went blank on him. But anyway, I knew he wasn't gonna get 50 yards. That was a safe bet. Bet the under on that. Anyway. But this has been Sports Talk 101, presented to you by Country Vision Studios. And y'all know how we end the show. Peace and prosperity.